Samurai Jack Battle Through Time is a video game based on the very popular animation from the early 2000s, and if you're a fan of the show, then a lot of the regular characters make an appearance here. You of course play Samurai Jack, who in the opening cutscene of the game finds himself in Aku's lair, along with Aku's daughter, Ashi. When Ashi refuses to kill Jack, a fight occurs between the two of them, and as Jack prepares to get involved, Aku teleports them both away in time, and they become separated from one another. This is the basic premise of the story. Simply fight your way through each of the 9 missions, all set in different time periods, be it the past or the future, to try and find your way back through time to find Ashi and defeat Aku. The story is pretty basic, but let's be honest, that's not what you're playing this game for. Now the combat is what makes this game a lot of fun, and thankfully it's jam-packed with it. To me, it played a lot like the old school God of War games, when you're just mashing on the buttons, taking out and destroying anyone or anything that gets in your way. You of course have your regular light and heavy attacks, a dodge/roll and a block, as well as a special ability that can be activated by pushing down on both the thumbsticks. You of course have other combos and abilities that can be unlocked via the skill tree system as you progress. Damage is indicated by your health bar, but a cool little feature is that when you take damage, your clothing starts to get shredded and roughed up. And I thought this was a cool little feature that indicated you'd been in a fight. The combat is a lot of fun, and because the game is not super long, then the combat, for me at least, never really became too repetitive. But for some people that may not be the case. You have a variety of different weapons that can be used both melee and ranged. These include things like guns, shurikens and your bow and arrow, to a spear, a club, a hammer or an axe, and of course your trusted magical sword. All of these weapons have additional skills that can be unlocked, meaning this can help change up your playstyle or make it easier to tackle a certain set of enemies. The checkpoint system is also very good, as there are certain sections of the game that can be quite challenging on higher difficulties, and if you were to die, then this means you do respawn extremely close to the section in which you died in. This means you can jump right back into the action relatively quickly. The skill tree system is how you unlock new abilities, upgrade your stats, or learn new weapon combinations. And if you plan on tackling the game on the higher difficulties, then you really do need to unlock a lot of these skills, as the game is really challenging on the harder modes, and it requires a little more thought to your playstyle. Skills are upgraded via currencies that are obtained by killing enemies, breaking objects, opening chests, or by talking to NPCs, so you're never really going to miss out on anything, as everything is pretty straightforward. So what are the issues I have with the game? Well, I have 4 issues with the game, and yes, they are all relatively minor, but I do think they are worth mentioning. Number 1, I think the game is a little overpriced. It retails at $32.99 in the UK, and in my opinion, I think that's a tad too high for what you get. It is probably priced slightly higher due to it being Samurai Jack, aka the brand, and if this were the unheard of Samurai Joe, then I'm pretty sure it would retail a lot cheaper. Number 2, the game is relatively short. I completed it on the normal difficulty in about a day, and yes, the higher difficulties do prove more challenging and do offer some replay value, but that doesn't change the fact that the game is short. And that ties into my previous point on why I think the game is priced a little too high. Issue number 3 are the climbing sections of the game, which to be fair are very few and far between, so this really is a minor gripe. But when you do climb, it's incredibly slow. Every other aspect of the game is fast flowing, be it running, jumping or fighting, but climbing is at a snail's pace, and you do notice it. However, you can easily overcome this by just pressing the jump button to scale the ladders or cliffs more quickly. So like I said, it's a minor gripe, so just keep jumping. Now issue number 4 is the thing I hate the most within the game, and that is I really don't like the weapon degradation system. The fact that any weapon, other than your main sword, which is thankfully unbreakable, can simply break and disappear from your inventory, even though you do get a warning before this is about to happen, meaning you can unequip it, is still, to me at least, hugely irritating. Yes, you can repair or rebuy said weapon at a vendor, so it can be rebought and reused, but after a while of doing this, it becomes a chore. This to me is not fun gameplay in a hack and slash beat 'em up game, and instead of looking forward to using these weapons and unlocking new moves to pull off fancy new combinations, it kinda had the opposite effect. Instead, I found myself barely even using these weapons, other than in the odd boss fight, or when unlocking an achievement that required you to play through a level of the game only using a certain type of weapon. Now don't get me wrong, I think there is a place for weapon degradation in games, but I think that place is only for a certain kind of game. For example, I'm sure we've all played a horror style of game like Silent Hill or a Resident Evil, when you're running low on ammo or your knife is about to break. In this style or type of game, then weapon degradation can work if done well, as it can add to the suspense and the feeling of vulnerability of your character. But in a fun hack and slash kind of game like this, then I feel it adds nothing but frustration to your experience. I felt the same way about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a great game hindered by the annoyance of your weapons consistently breaking. So in summary, let me end this by saying this game is a lot of mindless hack and slash fun. Yes, it has a few issues, but nothing major, and for the most part, you're really going to enjoy the time you spend with it. The harder difficulties do add to the replay value, as when you take on the more difficult settings, you will find the game a lot more challenging, and this for me was an enjoyable aspect of the game. Health restore points are frequent, and food is easily obtained, either via a chest, NPC, or from the vendor that repairs your weapons. So you never feel frustrated or unprepared for the fights you're about to face. I'm currently working my way through the harder difficulties to see if I can obtain that elusive platinum, and I'm having a blast doing it. If you're still undecided, then maybe wait until it's discounted, but this game in my opinion is well worth giving it a go. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, let me know if you've played it and what your thoughts are in the comments. Please also do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.